This video will review course-specific navigation in Canvas. To navigate to a course from my global navigation menu, I can simply click on the relevant course tile. Here I'm going to click on Demo April 2018. And I've now entered this course space. We are going to review the left-hand navigation functions, the center content area, and the right-hand menu. Note that sometimes these will look a little bit different depending on where you are in this left-hand navigation menu within the course. The left-hand navigation menu that opens here will help you access the different areas of the course. You'll notice that some items are grayed out and other items are black. If an item is grayed out, it's for one of two reasons. Either the content area is empty, meaning there's nothing for a student to see, so there's no reason for them to see this left-hand link, or because you've chosen to hide this left-hand link from your students. We will review where to hide a link in a later video. The center content screen is where content will be shown to students. We're currently on a Create Module page, and so I could click here to add a module to begin to add content to this center part of the page. The far right-hand side has your course status and other content adding functions. From here I could publish this course, import content from specific areas, choose a home page if I don't want to show my modules, view announcements, or look at this course from the student's perspective. Of course, some of these options won't be visible to a student who is using Canvas. The home page can be set to be anything you want. So currently it's at the module view, but if I click on Choose Homepage on the far right, I'll see that I could choose course activity stream, assignments list, syllabus, or even make a custom front page. Announcements will function similarly to announcements in Colab. You simply click on the blue plus announcement button to add an announcement, and the announcements have some bonus features like allowing students to be able to comment and also ask questions about a recent announcement posting. Assignments is where you'll build course activities that would only be visible by the student and the instructor. You can group assignments, and assignments can also be weighted to help support your final grading structure. Discussions are divided into three categories: pinned, meaning hot, current topics; regular discussions that maybe are longer or ongoing; and discussions that are now closed for comments, meaning students can no longer actively participate in the discussion, but they can go back and review it. To add a discussion board, simply hit the plus discussion button on the right. The grade page is where both students and faculty will go to see grade information. A faculty member's grade book view will look something like this, where they'll be able to see any assignments along the top, and they'll be able to see students as individual rows. They can click on a student's name and see additional information about that student, message that student, or look at more detail at their grades. The student view of this page will allow students to look at an assignment list by row. Notice that faculty can also import and export in the gradebook area, and there are additional settings that will be covered in a later video. Our left-hand navigation menu disappears while in grades, just to provide a clearer and larger view of the gradebook. But to get back to that menu, I simply click on the breadcrumb at the top to return to the main course area. The People option allows you to see who's enrolled in the course and with what role. You can also see when they were last active in the course and their total activity within the course. You can search for people by name or by role, and faculty will be able to add TAs and other faculty manually to their courses, but will not be able to add students. All students will be added via SIS. However, at this same space, you can click on the Groups tab to create a group set. Group set functionality allows you to create groups, have students self-sign up for groups, split them into groups randomly, or create groups manually. Groups can also be associated with assignments. The Pages option on the left-hand menu allows you to create custom web pages for use within your course. You can embed content on these pages as well as video, and each content page has a robust content editor that appears. To add a new content page, simply add the plus page button, click it, and your page will appear. Files will allow you to drag and drop or upload files from your computer by searching here with the up arrow upload button. You can also create folders and create some kind of organizational strategy within this course file space to help you stay organized and up to date on what files and resources are available. This does function like the resources page in Colab. The syllabus button is a left-hand navigation link specific for a syllabus. Faculty can certainly choose to put their syllabus somewhere else in the course, but they can edit this page by clicking the edit button, add a link to a PDF or Word document of their syllabus, and a series of assignments, discussions, or other materials that are associated with due dates will appear here for students to complete. The Outcomes option allows us to set outcomes or objectives across programs or departments or degrees or licensures, and so this is something worth exploring later but won't be covered in any detail in this video. The quiz feature allows you to hit the plus quiz button to add quizzes and or exams for your classes. If you already have quizzes or exams built in Colab, they will come over seamlessly into Canvas. The modules page is what our home page is currently set to, and so this should look familiar as to when we're set on home. The conferences button uses a product called Big Blue Button to host web conferences. I can click on plus conference here to launch a web conference immediately. And students also have access to this feature when you leave it on for them. They can launch a conference and talk with other students in a synchronous environment space. We will, however, also be linking Zoom as a conference option. Students can also collaborate in Canvas. To add a collaboration, I click plus collaboration, and I can choose to use Google Apps or Microsoft Office 365 as the home for that collaboration. Even though I'm using Office 365 or Google, all of the collaboration activities will appear here in this window, making it easier for students to access those materials. You'll also see below Google Drive and Office 365 can be deeply integrated within Canvas. If I click on Google Drive, because I've synced my Google account, all of my folders will appear here. And anything that I might need to access to provide to students or use within the course is easily accessible without having to leave Canvas to go into Google Drive. The ARC Media Library is a library of videos that we'll be curating for Curry. However, you can also quickly record on the fly by clicking the record button and using the web camera on your laptop or other device to record yourself to create a brief, perhaps introductory video or a video such as this. You can also click here to add content, either that you have saved on your computer or from products such as YouTube. This can be extremely helpful as sometimes videos from YouTube disappear. By adding them here, you'll keep a static record of that video for future use in courses. And finally, in the course menu on the left-hand side is your setting option. The settings option is where you can set the details of your course. So for example, if your course is going to run a little longer or shorter than the term, you could set the start and end date for the course here to override those term dates. You can also choose an image to associate on the tile of your course that students will see. If this was a foreign language course, I could change the language to a different one. I can choose the licensing and an availability of my content. I can also write a brief description of the course that will be available to students. This is also where I can see if I have multiple sections of a course. Clearly here I have one section, but if I had multiple sections, they'd be listed here. And this is also where I can change the navigation of the course. So if I found that some of these weren't going to be relevant, if I wasn't going to use Google Drive or Office 365, or conferences or collaborations, I can simply scroll those down and drag them down and click Save. And now there'll no longer be options for students to see when they look at my course. The apps are extra items that can be configured into your course menu. This is how we'll add Zoom to courses, but there might be other relevant apps that you might want to explore as you learn more about Canvas. Finally, on this far right-hand side, this is where you can look at your course statistics, access your course calendar, conclude the course when the semester is over, which is not required but suggested. And this is where you can copy this course into another course shell for another semester or import content from this course. And this is how we're importing content from Sakai or Colab courses into Canvas. And that is a brief but maybe a little long navigation overview of how you get around courses in Canvas.